Welcome to a brand new episode of Johnson's Court. Today is week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a lot to talk about because now we're getting more into the playoff conversation because it's getting more real, and a team actually has clinched a playoff berth, which is the Philadelphia Eagles. Beagle, your team, out there in Philly. Before we get into records, how do you feel about the Eagles being number one, man? His screen went frozen, so he'll chime in here in a second, but I'll go over the records real quick. Last week, Beagle went 8-5, Rio went 7-6, and I went 7-6 as well. So Rio and I tied there with our records. Beagle had the better record. Awesome, congrats! Hats off to you there, Beagle. Your total is 121 wins, 85 losses, and only 2 ties.
Thank you.
Doing great. You're not close to 100 losses. But for me, I'm at 106 wins, so I reached the 100 mark finally. But I'm at 100 losses. I did reach that mark too. And I'm at 2 ties. Rio comes in at 39 wins, 18 losses, and 1 tie. So that's where we stand entering week 15. All right, Beal, you back with us?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right, sweet.
Awesome.
Before I heard the buffering, I heard 2 ties. So, pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with the standing so far. Last week was kind of rough, but let's hopefully get back this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you went 8-5, so you had the better record between Rio and I, who were 7-6. So before we dive into a little bit more, I just kind of wanted to talk to you about how do you feel about the Eagles being the only team to clinch a playoff spot so far?
Pretty crazy. They've just been dominating all. I feel like going out and getting AJ Brown was definitely a big move for them and definitely helped Jalen Hurts take that next step. It looks like, and they're just out here balling, playing good offense and defense. So it's been crazy to make me excited.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I mean, I think it's really cool. They're the first team.
The atmosphere, that was pretty insane.
Oh, I mean, I bet it's got to be. The Eagles are just balling. They're playing well. I think they're still a hot team. I think they can definitely go far in the playoffs. And hopefully it's not just a regular season thing, kind of like the Cardinals did last year when they went I think it was last year or the year before. They went 9-0, I believe, and then they just fell off the last part of the season. So hopefully the Eagles don't have a season like that, but we'll see what happens. So with that being said, we're diving right into it.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. We're going to talk about the teams that missed the playoffs last season who are now currently in a playoff spot. The teams that missed last year that are in a playoff spot right now are the Ravens, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Giants, the Seahawks, and the Vikings. Now, Beagle, do you believe, we'll start with the AFC first, go to the NFC. So you got the Ravens, the Jets, and Dolphins who didn't make it last year, who potentially can make it this year. The people knocking on the door are the Chargers, Jaguars, and Patriots. Who do you see dropping out and taking their place, or if any, or do you still think these 3 teams are going to make the playoffs?
Well, losing Lamar Jackson is a big blow for the Ravens, so I feel like if any team has a chance to slip out, it could be them. With the Bengals, they had a rough start this season. Now they're starting to pick up some pace. That kind of opened up that 5th seed right there. And the Chargers, Mike Williams is finally back. Because they could have the possibility. You can't count out the Jets though either. But I feel like of all the teams, any team that would slip out of this, I'd team the Ravens.
Yeah, no. So if you see the Ravens slipping out, do you see the Chargers making it in, the Jaguars, or the Patriots?
That's a good one. I'm going to say Chargers on this
one. Okay, so he thinks the Chargers are going to be. And that's not a bad pick whatsoever. Personally, I think if Lamar Jackson stays out, yes, the Ravens will be the team possibly. So I'm kind of going with you there. But I think the Jets are going to be the ones to fall out. Just because, yes, they blew it up. They're a different team this year. They're different. But I just think that I don't know. They just don't. When I just think of the Jets, I don't think of playoffs. I don't believe that they'll make it this year. Even if they did, they'd be a first round exit anyways. But I think the Jets make it out, and we're bringing in the Patriots.
Patriots. They ain't bad. They ain't bad.
As much as I don't like the Patriots, Mac Jones is a freaking dog, and he's playing well. So I'm swapping out Pats for the Jets. You're swapping out the Ravens for the Chargers. We'll see what happens. That's where we're at right now. These are the 5, 6, 7 teams. So that's kind of what we're... Actually, no. Just kidding. Take that back. Some of these teams can be the division leaders as well. So not necessarily are they 5, 6, 7. Then you've got the Giants, the Seahawks, and the Vikings in the NFC. With knocking on the door, the Lions, the Commanders, and the Packers. If any from this, do you see anybody falling out? Or is the NFC just that good that the Giants, Seahawks, and Vikings are going to stay?
The Giants kind of slipping in as of late. They had that great amazing 6-1 start, and then just kind of dropped. I feel like they could fall out, but the other one I want to talk about is the Buccaneers. I feel like they just haven't been getting it together. They're playing the Bengals next. I feel like because just how weak the NFC South is, like it could anyone. So like anyone, like let's say the Falcons, like whoever wins that division instantly shoots to that 4th seed. So like I feel like that spot right there could throw up to anyone. I know Marcus Mariota's out with the Falcons, but that NFC South's just wide open right now. So that could also bring change right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I'm glad you brought that up because I think I saw on social media, I believe that if the Panthers win out all of the rest of their games, they would win it. Like, I think they have the tiebreaker or something. So that would be kind of insane because I'd be like, doesn't make sense, but it'd be unbelievable.
That's crazy.
But personally, I see, oh man, I want to say Vikings, but I think Kirk Cousins can lift him over there and make the playoffs, but get eliminated first round. I'm going to go with the Giants as well, just because, like you said, they had a great start. They're kind of falling off. And for me, it's kind of funny that I say this, but it's the two New York teams that are kind of going to fall out for me. And I'm going to replace them with the Detroit Lions, actually.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
The Lions have been playing well. They traded for the tight end T.J. Hutchinson. He's on the Vikings now, but they've been doing better. I think, or did they? I don't know, something like that. I forget. I'd have to look him up. He's on my fantasy team. I just can't remember what team he's on. But with that being said, it's either going to help the Vikings or help the Lions. And I think the NFC is a lot better this year than it has been in the past. And it's just making it, like I said, the Giants aren't potentially in it. The Seahawks are in it without Russell Wilson. And that one I didn't really expect. I mean, did you?
It was a close one, definitely, but I don't think I expected that.
Geno Smith is a real guy. He's playing well out here. It's just water.
Yeah, I'm just happy he's like got that. He turned his career around, and a lot of people, like you said, counted him out. But I'm just it's a good for him. I'm happy for Geno Smith.
We were happy for Mr. Geno Smith. Here we go, guys. Our favorite part of the week. It's a short week this week. It's a short video. We're going to give our picks for the week 15. And what is really awesome about week 15, not only do we have a Thursday game, we've got 3 Saturday games, Beagle. This is our first week where we get Saturday games. How you feeling about that?
It's December, man. It's time for Saturday football. Real excited.
Very excited. Then on Sunday, you've got Sunday Night Football, Sunday all day as well. And then you've got the Monday night game. So 4 days of football this week. You can't beat that. We love that. We love to see it. So we're going to get right into it. Beagle, I'm going to start with you first here, man. On Thursday Night Football, this could be a pretty good game because Brock Brock Prudy, I think is his last name, is playing really well for the 49ers. Whooped the Buccaneers last week. But they're coming in and playing the Seattle Seahawks. Who do you got here? And I think this will be one of the better Thursday night games that we've seen all season long. Who do you got here?
I agree with you on that one. I said finally we have a good Thursday night matchup, that good game. I know Mr. Earl came out here and outplayed Tom Brady. I thought that was pretty amazing to see. Good start to this man. Going to be going on the road. He has a great defense backing him up. But without Deebo Samuel, I feel like that's going to be hard. I'm still going to roll with the 49ers on this one, though. I feel like the defense is strong enough. It'll be a good test for Mr. Geno Smith to see what he can do right here. If he can get a chance to hit another notch and capture the West right here. But I'm hoping, I got a good feeling about it being an exciting game.
Absolutely. And it's not that to say that this game, there's an upset, the 49ers are better, the Seahawks are better. They're really good teams. I think if they had Jimmy G, obviously the 49ers, then it'd be more in favor of the 49ers. But it's at the Seahawks. I think this would be a good fought game, because they both have great defenses. The 49ers have a great defense as well. And yes, the Seahawks have a great defense, but the quarterback play, Geno has a little bit more experience, obviously. But, Christian McCaffrey is one of my favorite dudes to watch in the NFL. And for him just to be on that team, this is a true, real test for, Mr. Brock, like you were saying. And I'm going to rock with him as well. I'm going to go 49ers. And we'll just see what happens on Thursday Night Football. But it's going to be a great Thursday Night Football game for not only us, but for you guys as well out here, finally. All right.
Thursday night game. Much needed.
Very much needed. Then we go on to Saturday. And this is awesome, guys. We have 3 games, so this is really awesome that we get to talk about. We've got the Colts coming in and playing the Minnesota Vikings. Now, my Uncle Jeff, he's a big Minnesota Vikings fan. He's from Minnesota, so I understand. No hate there, but I get it. I'm a Colts fan out here. But I think the Colts are just tanking. If they win this game, I'm just like, how in the HE double hockey stick did the Colts win this game? With all the injuries, just the way that their team's at. I personally don't see this being an upset whatsoever. I'm pretty sure I see the Vikings winning this game by at least 7 to 10 points. I'm going Vikings here. Beagle, I know you're not the biggest fan of the Vikings, but are you rolling with them as well?
Yeah, I'm going to roll with them as well. It's 1 o'clock because it's at home against a subpar below team. Give me the Vikings.
All right, give you the Vikings. Just having a terrible season. So Beagle and I are going to agree there as well. Then the Ravens are playing the Cleveland Browns. Now, it's not out of question yet if Lamar Jackson is going to play or not, but I think more likely he's going to miss, and I'm going to go with that he's going to miss, especially being the superstar that he is, and they know that the kind of player he is, so they're obviously going to wait and let him get a little bit more healthy before they decide to rush him back. Hopefully that's the case. So with that being said, I think the Browns get it done. I think that the Browns, I think Deshaun Watson finally comes out of his shell, and he's going to play better. And I think Saturday he's going to bring his A game. So I'm going Browns here. What about you, Beagle?
Yeah, it's in Cleveland. I feel like Nick Chubb, he's been on all season. He's going to be a big reason why they go out there and play him without Lamar Jackson. I feel that it's on the road to give me.
So it's kind of funny. We've agreed on every pick so far, but we will eventually disagree, and it might come right here. The Dolphins are coming in. It's our last Saturday night game. They're going in and playing the Buffalo Bills. Now, give you a little information about this. The Bills are expecting 9 inches of snow, I believe. So this will be our first real snow game of the year, which is great. We want to see it. It got canceled last time the Bills were supposed to have a home game. So, Beagle, I'm going to let you go first here. I'm going to let you go first.
Well, I know playing in snow, they're in Miami, so they're not used to that. This Bills got a great defense right now. Tua's been hit kind of miss as of the last two to 3 games. Give me the Bills. I'm going to roll with the Bills on this one.
I'm going to roll with the Bills. I wasn't sure what you were going to go with. And I'll give you my reason I'm going to go with the Bills because they know how to play in the snow. Everyone up there plays in Buffalo. You playing in Miami, you come into Buffalo in the wintertime, you got a rude awakening. I feel like you're not used to that. Your bones are cold. You get hit hard. It's gonna hurt. So I think the Bills definitely are gonna win this game. It's at their home turf. It might be a little closer game. I think not many touchdowns will be scored. If maybe one, two, maybe at max. But I'm definitely going the Bills here with you as well. So far we're 4 for 4 with each other. Then on Sunday, Beagle, you're gonna like this matchup a lot. It's the Philadelphia Eagles playing the Chicago Bears. Now I know you like that.
Yes, this is one of those games that I have to choose for both sides, I guess. Might secretly wear my Justin Fields shirt underneath my work uniform. But I do, being realistic, our defense has been more apart all season, going into that rebuilding mode, looking into our off season. I know Jalen Hurts is going to dice that up. It's going to be a high-scoring game. But what I'm looking for here is what does Justin Fields do? The Eagles have not seen really much of a mobile quarterback this year. So I feel like that he's going to run a lot. I feel like Justin Fields might have a day against a solid defense, but yeah, they're just going to give up too much points. So give me the Eagles.
Absolutely, man. And I knew that was going to be a hard one for you to pick just because you love the Bears so much. But you're being realistic here. You know that the Bears probably don't have a chance of winning this game, but you would love to see him get the win anyways.
I just like from the start of the season, I always said I want to see Justin Fields grow. And he's already surpassed expectations. So now it's just seeing what else was kicking. And just looking forward to this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go with the Eagles here as well. Like you kind of said, Beagle, Justin Fields has exceeded your expectations, so we'll just see what else the Bears can do. How much can they keep up? And I think the Eagles are going to win this one as well. And it's kind of funny. So I took a bet for the NFL, not last week, but the week before, and I was like, when they played the Titans. And I needed every 1 o'clock game to kick 2 field goals. The only team not to kick a single field goal, yes, I needed 2, the Philadelphia Eagles only scored touchdowns. And I was like, that's awesome. I love that you did that, but kick a freaking field goal. All right. Hey, Rio has joined us. He's coming in a little late. That's okay, though, because he's in here, and he's just in time. So, Rio, we're going to get your pick on here. We'll get your other picks. I'll write them down. Don't worry. I'll fill it all in so everybody will know what your record is. But we just talked about the Eagles playing the Chicago Bears. Who you got here on Sunday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
Right on. And again, I'm sorry for coming in late, but I wanted to make sure I was here. Dude, I got the Eagles probably, dude. The Bears, they're not showing up at all. I feel like the Eagles are one of the hottest teams. I don't know if they're your guys' pick for the Super Bowl this year or not, but I'm going to have to be jot down for the Eagles.
Absolutely, man. We all went Eagles here, so, you're with us right there. Now, we've got the Detroit Lions, coming in and playing the New York Jets. 2 teams that are kind of on the bubble or right there in the playoff, kind of spot. So, Rio, I'm going to let you go first here. Me and Beagle have, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th game that we've talked about. So, like I said, we'll fill you in on the rest of them. But you got the Lions or you got the Jets here?
So, dude, I got the Jets. I feel like they've been a sleeper team for all of us this year. We didn't know that any of the New York teams, besides the Bills, were going to be good. So I'm gonna go with the Jets. I don't really trust the Lions.
All right, Beagle. Do you feel the same way?
I know the Jets got a really good defense this year. They've been playing some really close games, and honestly, it's just going to depend on who their quarterback at this rate. Because the Lions, man, they're just sneaky. The Lions are just real sneaky. They just like to score a bunch. Just because it's a MetLife, give me.
Did you say Giants?
Jets.
All right, the Jets. My bad. Sorry. You know what? I've got to disagree here. I'm gonna have to go with the Detroit Lions just because they're one of the teams that I think that are knocking on the door to make that playoff push. They've been playing pretty well, and I think they can keep it up, especially since Aaron Rodgers isn't going to win that division this year, and it could potentially be between the Vikings and the Lions, and I think they're going to fight it out to the end. So I'm going Lions here. They need this win. All right, so we're split there. Next, you've got the Pittsburgh Steelers coming in and playing the Carolina Panthers. Kind of like I talked about earlier, the NFC South, we talked about it a little bit, Beagle. If the Panthers are able to win the rest of their games, they can make the playoffs. Now, that's crazy to think about, with them trading their star running back, Christian McCaffrey, moving on from Baker Mayfield, now starting Sam Darnold again, having an XFL quarterback. Panthers just have been doing a lot of moves this year, so not really too sure what's up with them. But the Steelers, they were able to get a win last week, so we'll see what they're able to do again this week. But me personally, for my pick, I'm going to go with the Panthers because if they can win out and Tom Brady doesn't make the playoffs, you know what? I'm going to go ride Panthers the rest of the season. No matter what game they play, I hope they make the playoffs. So I'm going Panthers. What you got here, Beagle?
I like that. That's nice right there. Part of me kind of wants to too, but I just know that Steelers, Najee Harris picked it up. I know he had a very flat start to this, but now he's picked up a little bit. I roll Panthers too, man. I want Panthers to fake it.
Rolling Panthers. All right, Rio, are you going to agree with us or are you going to disagree?
I'll go ahead and jump on the other side. I feel like Foreman has had a decent season as their Panthers running back. He's came in and kind of filled a tiny bit of shoes that they're a run-heavy team, so, anyone is going to fill that. But I feel like I like the Steelers this year. I know they don't have the best record. I think both these teams have the same record.
Possibly.
Like what Beat said about Najee Harris, give me Pittsburgh, bro.
All right, going Pittsburgh. Okay, hey, we can't all agree on every pick, so there we go. Then you've got the Kansas City Chiefs coming in and playing the Houston Texans. I feel like we all don't really have to argue about this when we talk about it, but I'm going Chiefs.
Risky pick. I'll pick
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
That's it.
Everybody going Chiefs?
Yeah, top tier, bottom tier.
Worst team in NFL, arguably top team. So,
All right, well, we're all going Chiefs there, so we know what that pick is. Next, you've got the Atlanta Falcons coming in and playing the New Orleans Saints. NFC South Showdown. You never know who's going to win that division. I don't know who's going to do this. Rio, who you got here, dude?
So, I'm going to pick the Saints. They got a worse record, but I like Kamara. I feel like they really don't know what they're ever going to do at quarterback. I've seen Taysom Hill be quarterback, their tight end, at some point. So, I'm going to go with the Saints, even though that is a weird matchup at quarterback. I have a good feeling about it.
All right. What about you, Beagle?
and like I was saying earlier, this division is just up for grabs at this point. Everyone got a losing record. Falcons, they've been playing real tough all year. A lot of their losses have been by a field goal. Have been pretty close for the most part. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Falcons on this one. Get the road upset.
Get the road upset. You guys are going Falcons. We got Saints. I'm going to break it with the Saints as well. Yes, the Saints are one team that I picked to make the playoffs this year, being a wild card. It may not pan out. We just still don't know. But I do like that two-quarterback system with either Andy Dalton, Jameis Winston, and Taysom Hill. I think they run a two-quarterback system pretty well, and I like what they're able to do. And, like you said, Alvin Kamara. Let's just see what the Saints are able to do. Let's see. They're at home. Are their backs against the wall, or are they going to show everybody in New Orleans who the Saints really are? We'll find out.
We got some split picks.
Then you've got the Cowboys coming in and playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, You will need Zoom ends in 10 minutes. So let's see if we can get through this in 10 minutes. If not, we will log back on. The Cowboys are playing the Jags. Beagle, give me your thoughts here.
Well, see, Trevor Lawrence just had a game last week. I know it's offensive player. Now he's going to be against a great defense right now, the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys on this one. The Cowboys are just too complete right now. But they'll be a big test for Trevor Lawrence.
Absolutely. I'm going to go Cowboys as well. Yes, Trevor Lawrence and Jaguars have been playing pretty well, but you can't count out the Cowboys. They're playing too well. They're playing too great. Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott with the running back. You never know who's going to score 2 touchdowns. You don't know who's going to get more touches. Dak Prescott is playing great, and that defense is playing phenomenal. So give me the Cowboys. Rio, who you got here?
Cowboys all the way. Good point by Biggs. Lawrence, he did have a really good game. Props to him. He'll shine versus a little worse of a team, but this Cowboys team's got it locked down.
Got it locked down. Then you've got the Cardinals coming in playing the Denver Broncos. You've got the Let's Ride Denver Broncos into the ground with Russell Wilson. And then you've got Kyle Murray and the Cardinals, who no longer have Kyle Murray for the rest of the season with him tearing his ACL. So, Rio, kind of give me your decision here. Do you got the Cardinals backup, or are you riding with Mr. Russell Wilson?
So, this is a tough one, dude. Two rough records, 2 of the bottom tiers. Murray out that's terrible. I feel like I want to go with the Broncos. They've kind of dealt with a few running backs this season. They feel like they got it a little more figured out. So I'm going to go with the Broncos.
All right, Beagle, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to run with the Broncos on this one, too. Losing Kyle Murray is just a devastating loss for them. And the Broncos' defense have been actually pretty good all season. I remember seeing it. They scored 19 points. They have 8-9 wins. So I feel like when you're losing your starting quarterback against a good defense and you're on the road, it's not a good combination. So give me Broncos. They're going to ride one more time.
Absolutely, and I'm going Broncos as well, just because if this is the last game the Broncos win, this is going to be it, because their other team's quarterback, their star quarterback is hurt. So that's all I got to say there. Then you've got the Patriots coming in and playing the Las Vegas Raiders. Patriots are coming off a win versus the Cardinals last Monday. The Raiders, I just don't even know what the hell to do with the Raiders, to be honest with you. Rio, go ahead and go first here for me, man.
All right, so I'll go with the Patriots. I think they're pretty hot. I think they're trying to make a playoff push. I think they want Mac Jones to get all the experience, that he can get. And I feel like the Raiders, if you didn't know, I think Josh Jacobs is leading the league in rushing yards.
Yes, he is. Yep, I did see that.
It would be tremendous if they could just back him up with the rest of the team and get that record better. So I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
All right. What do you got here, Beagle?
I'm gonna roll with the Raiders on this one. Josh Jacobs has just been on a tear as of lately. Devontae Adams and Carr connecting a lot better. So they're at home and Victor. So give me the Raiders.
Let's go on Raiders here. Raiders have just screwed me over too many times this season, and I'm done picking the Raiders. I don't care who they play the rest of the season. They can beat me. I really don't care. I'm going Patriots here. Just kind of, Rio, you made a really good point. Beagle, so did you with the Raiders. Josh Jacobs playing well. He's the lead rusher, and amongst running backs. But I don't care. Mac Jones and the Patriots are coming for the playoffs. The Raiders are not going to make the playoffs. It's just not going to happen. They might get eliminated this week or next week. So I see the Patriots coming in. Bill Belichick is like, hey, yes, I don't have my superstar anymore, but, Mac Jones, you're going to be the next best thing. So he's investing this full time, and we're going Patriots here. I don't say that very often, but I'm going to say it here. You just heard me say it. All right, hold on, guys. I'm going to end this Zoom call and come right back because I know we're going to end in like 5 minutes, and we've still got 4 games to go over, and I don't want to rush it too much. So I'm going to end it real quick, send you guys an invite, come right back while I talk about the Titans versus the Chargers. So think about that until you guys come back. And boom. Okay. New meeting here. All right. Now you've got the Titans versus the Chargers. Beagle thinks that the Chargers are going to potentially make the playoffs, and I just don't see it. And the reason that I don't see it is because they've just been, to me, they've been too shaky. And that's why I feel that they won't make the playoffs. I mean, they've just been plagued with injuries. Yes, they've been kind of getting a little bit healthier and better. Yes. Why can't I think? Justin Herbert, he's one of my favorite, quarterbacks in the league right now, but I just don't see them doing. I just don't. I think the Titans are definitely going to make the playoffs, obviously, because no one's going to compete with them in the AFC South. The Colts, we thought at least we're going to compete or potentially win the AFC South, but that's not going to happen anymore. So my true pick here is Derrick Henry and the Tennessee Titans. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Rio just joined. B will be here in a second. Who you got, Titans or Chargers?
King Henry, man, you said it best. He's going to be way too much.
He's going to...
Can you hear me?
Yep. We can hear you.
Oh, good. All right, sweet. The Titans and Chargers?
Yep.
Chargers been struggling a lot as of late, but I know they're starting to get healthy. Mike Williams is back. Titans have also been kind of struggling as of late. Give me the Chargers on this one.
So you guys didn't hear me. It's kind of funny if you guys go back and watch this video, but I was talking and I was like, Beagle's hyping on Chargers. He thinks they're going to make the playoffs. I know what Beagle's going to pick, and who'd he go with? He went with the Chargers, so it's kind of funny. But hey, we can't all agree, so I love it. All right, next for our last Sunday game at 4:25, you got the Cincinnati Bengals coming in and playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, Beagle, I want you to go first on here because you talked about the Bucs a little bit, and the Bengals are playing pretty hot. Do you see the Bengals just going right over the Bucs, or do you think Tom Brady's got something to say? You might have cut it.
Definitely, I know Tom Brady's the type of player to try to bounce back after losses, but I don't know. The Bengals have just been heating up at the right time. Jamar Chase is coming back. There's a chance Joe Mixon is coming back. So they're playing good and they're getting healthy. The Bucs have just been playing really sloppy, really bad. They do have the home field advantage right now, but I think Shiesty comes in and just dices up that Bucs defense.
He's going Bengals here. Going Bengals. Rio, what you got here? You got the Bengals, or do you think Tom Brady's got something to say?
No, I agree with Beagle, man. It's I don't know if you would say it's sad to see, but I don't think Tom Brady's going to make that push exactly this year. I feel like he has the advantage just because his division, but I don't think they're going to win this game. I'm going to go with Bengals.
Going with the Bengals. Hey, Houday, we're all riding with the Bengals here. Let's do this thing, Joe Burrow. Hey, we went to the playoffs last year. Went to the Super Bowl last year, actually. So who says we can't go again? And I just, like you said, I think that was the best statement that you said. He'll make the playoffs because of his division, but he won't get very far after that.
Yeah.
And that might be the tale of Tom Brady in this season, and we'll see what he does next year. Our Sunday night game, we're super excited for it. I know I'll be watching this. Well, most people will probably be watching this because they switched it. There was a different game here for Sunday night, and now it's the Giants versus the Commanders. As we all know, they tied about 2 weeks ago. Unbelievable. Let me say it again. Unbelievable. I'm going to go ahead and give my opinion here first. You better not tie again, because that'd be 3 ties on the freaking season, and I'm not going to be able to deal with it. So just please, how many times I got to beg? Do not tie. Beagle said it best. The Giants are falling apart at the wrong time. The Commanders are staying pretty much afloat, playing well. I'm going Commanders here. Rio, give me your opinion, man.
Yeah, I'm going to go with are we allowed to pick ties, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility, so yes, you can if you'd really like to.
But it's rare.
Well, it's happened twice, so I guess not that rare.
I think it would be funny to go with the tie, but I will side with the Commanders. I feel like they got more convincing wins this season than the Giants. And I know that they already tied, but I feel like the Commanders may pull out in this one.
All right. What about you, Beagle? Do you think it'd be funny for him to tie as well?
That would be funny. And just the fact that it's like the same for lap. I don't know if that like ever happened in NFL history, bro, where it's like back to back. Because I don't know. That's great. But yeah, Terry McLaurin's been out here balling. He's just been out here coming. But I don't know when Young is supposed to come. So, but they got the home Commanders and the World Commanders.
Going Commanders. Now, I don't know if Chase Young is coming back this season or not, but I feel like if they make the playoffs, I think they'll bring him back. I can see that for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
All right.
that really helped them.
That'll help him out a lot. Our Monday night game to wrap this episode up, we've got the Los Angeles Baker Mayfield Rams, who somehow got a dub last Thursday. Now he's playing the Green Bay Packers and the washed-up Aaron Rodgers. Beagle, I want your take first here.
Man, if the NFL scribes are out there listening, they know that this would be an amazing fucking thing right there. Have Baker Mayfield coming off that win, walking into Lambeau Field, Aaron Rodgers. You know, we're going Baker Day, baby. Listen, I want to see Baker pull it off. Come on. Baker Mayfield walks in the Lambeau, coming out with the dub.
I like that. I do. Rio, who you got here?
So I feel like I know that A-Rod is, he's getting old. It's getting a little obvious. Baker Mayfield, they proved me wrong because I think I picked the Raiders last week.
We all did.
But, the receivers on the Packers have been stepping up a little bit. Watson, he's been having some really good games.
Yep.
So I'm going to pick the Packers this week.
I'll pick the Packers. And honestly, it's kind of funny because I'm picking the Packers as well. It's in Lambeau. Aaron Rodgers is going to show up. Yes, that Rams has a great defense. It's one of the best in the league. But like you said, the receivers have been stepping up. And I just think Aaron Rodgers, at least wants to get one more win at home. Whatever he decides to do after the season, I don't know what he's going to do. But I think the Packers are just going to get it done because it's going to be cold in Lambeau. The Packers are used to playing in there. It's Baker Mayfield. It's the Rams, Last week they only came back because the Raiders suck. So that's all that is. Yeah, anybody else got any opinions on the games this week or anything like that? Anything they want to say before we wrap it up?
Baker Mayfield did play in Cleveland. It gets pretty cold in Cleveland.
Okay, you're right. I forgot.
He did.
You're right. But with that being said, guys, that is it for this week. We're going to have a great week because not only do we have games on Thursday, but Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So 4 days this week. I'm going to have Rio send me his picks of the first 4 games, and I'll have written down as well so we can keep the record there. But, hey, Rio, just to let you know, you went 7-6 last week. You had your total is 39 wins and 18 losses and 1 tie.
All right, not too shabby.
So, hey, you're coming up the ranks there, soldier. But it's going to be a great week. Like I said, 4 days of football, can't beat that. That's what I'm talking about. The playoffs are almost here. That means the Super Bowl is almost here. So we're super excited to see what's going to happen in the next coming weeks because the NFL season is almost over. Can you guys believe we're at Week 15 already?
It's crazy. We're in our fantasy playoffs.
That as well. Yep. Yes.
Reached the last lap, the last quarter of it. So, interesting to see who can make that playoff spot, bro.
Absolutely, and it's super exciting, and we'll obviously have more to talk about next week because things can be shaken up this Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night. So with that being said, thank you guys all for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know. Hope you guys all like the new thumbnails as well. Please let me know what you guys think about those. With that being said, we're out. Peace.